Alright, so we're back here for the visuals. We're going to check out Singularity's comeback trailer. We're going to check the visuals for this. Definitely interested in seeing some things. I noticed a lot of tricks in there. Gonna see if I can check out a behind the scenes, but we'll do that after this. Hopefully everything works. We don't have to go through a waiting period. You never know though. So y'all sit back and let's see what I see. So, first thing I want to see about this video is the second he pulls his hand from the hand on the mannequin, the phantom, like they're there but they're not there, essentially. These people who were supposedly on the ground, I would assume lifeless, suddenly jolt back to life. It's almost like he's controlling like the mannequin, being the phantom or the woman in this situation, is controlling his every move and decision with her prowess, with her she's controlling him essentially, and he's not really living his life. It's almost like he's his own puppet master, or she's the puppet master of his mind. Okay, so sorry guys. Frozen lake symbolism here is amazing. It's almost like he's staring through a veil that's clear but not quite clear. That was ice particles forming, that's real. The dancers, I do notice that the dancers are not all of the same ethnicity this time around, which is an interesting thing. I wonder if that was like a bylaw that they had to do for the filming industry, because that's about the time that they started making it a big deal for having multiple ethnicities in any kind of filming. I mean, it's been around for a while, but it became a really big deal these last few years. And you see the sunset vibe that they've got going in the end. It's in the corner rather. The light's coming in and shining on them. The angle of the light has nothing to do with it, but it's setting the mood, kind of like a sunset in the background. Now this looks like it's almost looks like a green screen studio, kind of. But like, I mean, we'll find out when we do this. But this definitely looks familiar, like it's been in another video before. But I like how they have the light angled in like it's a sunset, kind of like, for me, on a Sunday when the sun came in from the window in my house, it was just another type of feeling, a real chill, real relaxed, mellow. You know school's about to start, you don't want to go back. It's almost like a bad memory having that sunlight in there at that time. Like it's the end of something amazing and getting ready to start something you don't want to deal with. And I picked that vibe up from the light angle on that. That's really neat. Also, it gives it kind of a old detective movie vibe. And I know that Tay's really into that kind of stuff. Good shift into the black background with the white clothes. Now this is interesting because it's almost like it was filmed on two separate levels, but at the same time I know it's not. Now I want to know how they got his shirt so white in such a black background without showing any of the people behind him, because these are actually people behind him dressed in black outfits holding masks. This right here, let me go back and see that. So this right here, this is that same room. right? It almost looks like this is just a set. This is just a set, and they got the right lighting. They got some crazy lighting going for this background right here. But he's stepping into another room. Now, the only thing that this may or may not be, because this may be connected, but at the same time, if it's not, it could be two scenes connected. They might have done a transparent, like a green screen effect where they put a scene behind on the green screen, and it's still him walking. He's still making the same moves. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is far enough into it for them to have the visual effects. I could be wrong. Ooh, I like that. So yeah, it's a chroma. It's a chroma. See that shadow right there? That shadow right there gives it away. That shouldn't be there. That signifies that this is actually this is another scene. So I like the lighting though, and how it comes in. I like the lighting and how it comes in though. So these right here are like Jabberwocky masks, so I'm wondering if this is them or is this just the crew doing an experimental thing. I really like the alignment. They're very in sync with him. I mean, they never disappoint. Notice how his feet are positioned in this. It's almost like he's blurred into himself. Got the ballet stance going for the plie. And then this reflection, I'm wondering how they do it. It's almost like they cut his feet off, but I think it's just a black soul. Upside down shot, symbolism. His world is upside down. This is killing me. I don't know if this is a cut or if this is just really nice lighting. And notice they were all doing the same thing he was doing. It's almost like we all go through the same stuff. Y'all know I can't let it go. Okay, so this is like he's on the frozen lake. I really like this imagery they have going. I'm wondering what this square means. I'm wondering what the square... Y'all said white means death in the Korean culture. Right? So what if this is just like he can't do anything but lay in this square of torture, like he's trapped himself in or something. Okay, we noticed the roses. Let me see if I can stop it. Alright, so the roses get lit up in flames. Roses, when you give roses to someone, it's a sign of affection. It means you care. And it's almost like his love has been set aflame. This footwork, dude, look at that. It's so good. The ice melting, so it's almost like he's breaking through or getting somewhere, essentially. Resembling when spring comes, he may care. Now notice he's in this container. I mentioned this before, many moons ago. This container being symbolic of being trapped inside his own heart. And having to deal with the pressure of what everyone else is saying around him. And it being hurtful, but he's still alive on the inside. He's just trapped in his own mind or his own thoughts, his own heart. It's almost like he's got nowhere to go with all the chaos that's going on around him or the hatred that's going on around him. This scene is really neat because the stem is blended in with the background. It's black. And he's reaching for that flower. You know what I mean? He's trapped in this dead box. And he's reaching for that. Is it black? Yeah, they painted the stem black so it would blend in. That's really neat. Okay, so he's standing in water. It's like, you guys have told me that water means a lot of things. Water can mean a lot of things, but notice how everything's dead around him even though he's standing on top of water. Really cool effect. I like how they did this. Definitely interesting that they've got all this underbrush that's dead, but it's supposed to be in water. Instead, it's on water. So what is the meaning behind that? Notice all the newspaper articles. I wonder what some of these say. We can kind of see a picture here. I don't know who that is though. And he kind of sees the light shining through, but he can't see through, which has been a recurring thing so far. And we've got the TV in the corner that's not showing anything anymore. So I wonder what that means. Now see, we got the white background cracking in the back. I really think this is just a scene. I really think this is a scene, unless they're still in the white studio. And then he picks up the water, which I didn't even know he was like in water. I thought he was on water because you could see the reflection, which means he's standing on glass. So where does it end and where does it begin? It's actually a good question, metaphorically speaking. Like, you see life in front of you, you can almost touch it, but you're not actually living your life. You know, there's the way out right there, there's the door handle. It's like taking a hard, long look at his life. Quick cut off. And then the mask. So it's like he's wearing a mask. So it's like he's wearing the mask, right? And there's it's an expressionless mask. No mouth, no expressions, just shadows. And then he's got the tear falling out of his eye. You know, you don't know whether he's sad or happy, and that's interesting to see. It kind of makes me wonder what he is thinking. You know, you don't know what another person's thinking until you ask them. You never know what anybody's going through. And it's definitely definitely interesting. I wonder if they put a little like packet here, because this looks like it's not flowing from his eye; it's flowing from the eye of the mask. You know what I mean? Inside, he's not crying, but he's crying on the outside. But at the same time, you don't know the difference. You know? And what is this? See this line right here? This almost looks like, I mean, it's probably his eyelid, but it doesn't. It looks like they colored it in for some reason. Huh. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. I'm going to do a couple more recordings just to have some fun and chill. And I will have this all up for you soon. So I really hope you enjoyed everything. If you did, hit the subscribe button. Check out the links in the description. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and watch me a behind the scenes and a dance performance, maybe a live performance. We'll see what happens. Check you guys later.